Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. Thank you for joining me for this video. And hey, we're going to talk about a special young man here, Jalen Lewis, who's going to forgo his final years of high school for Overtime Elite, a new pro league based in Atlanta. And so the five-star recruit out of Oakland, becomes the youngest pro basketball player in American history. That's no easy feat right there, because there's so many talented players throughout the history of this game, and even currently that's at the high school level. So for him to be the first to do that, that is absolutely outstanding. And so this young rising star, was one of the premier prep basketball prospects in the class of 2023. He's going to forgo his final 2 years of high school and become one of the first players to sign with the new league that promises lofty sums of money for top youth talent in the nation. Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. He probably should have stayed in school, take that route. He'll make his money someday. But the type of money that we're talking about is reportedly worth more than $1 million over multiple years. And so at 16 years old, who's going to turn that down? Certainly, especially if you know that basketball is what you want to do long term. You're going to want to focus on that. And he becomes the youngest professional basketball player in American history. And yeah, that's a lot of money there. At 6'8", 215 pounds, he's a post player, rated 5 stars by 247 Sports. He announced the news on social media shortly after it was first reported Friday by The Athletic. And so his contract with Atlanta-based Overtime Elite, which says it will begin, in September, was reported to be worth more than, as I mentioned, $1 million over multiple years. And at 16 years old, he is certainly the youngest professional basketball player in American history. This opportunity for Jalen, to pursue a dream and take a non-traditional route, and that is very true. Obviously, whenever you're the first one to do something, there comes with some unknowns that we'll have to figure out how that goes in terms of just how he's going to be evaluated, especially when it comes time. Should he declare for the NBA draft? But certainly this is an interesting and looks to be rewarding choice right here. So we'll see how this plays out in the long term. But to be the first of his kind as the youngest, it's an incredible opportunity. His coach, Lou Witchy, said Friday afternoon via phone interview, he said himself and the ODOG community, as well as the greater Oakland community, stands behind him, and they're here to support him however they can to make to make this journey. So, he's got the whole community behind him. There you go, a picture of him there. He started for 2 seasons, under Richie. And, as a freshman, he helped lead the Dragons to the North Cal Open Divisions Finals before, the pandemic took into effect. He was named the Bay Area News Group Fab 25 following his sophomore season this spring. So Overtime Elite had been pursuing Lewis since at least early this spring. And so on Friday, he made that decision finalized. And after signing a professional deal, he's no longer eligible in the California Interscholastics Federation, the state's governing body of high school sports. So he will forgo any type of eligibility. So that means that this route he is going to have to continue on and, just be that pioneer. Hopefully things will work out as it should. This is a great opportunity for him to focus more so on what he loves doing, and that's playing basketball. Now, when you make a decision like this, you've got to be 1,000% sure that basketball is what you want. Now, they're going to make sure before they offer you anything like that that you've got the talent, but I'm talking about in terms of it has to be your real interest. You can't be doing it just because of the money, because at this point that's going to be your primary focus a lot earlier, while other people are going out there, finishing up high school, probably thinking about prom, or either you talk about the collegiate level, going through that system. But if you're choosing basketball, you got to know 100%, hey, I'm just here to hoop. This is my job now. So hooping goes to a whole different level. It's no longer just for fun, not something that I'm just good at. No, this is a career choice that you're making. And so, but hey, it's a bold decision, and hey, he's apparently, he's a big kid with big shoes on the field, and he wears size 17 shoes. So, hey, this is this is pretty good right here. He says he's playing basketball right now, and everybody's making money off of him, whether it's high school, college, or an AAU team. And he says he's going to be making money for himself. He says baseball players have gone pro for the last 100 years. He says now when a basketball player does it, people look at it differently. And so, he's the third player in the league that has signed in the class of 2023 alongside Matt and Ryan Bruley, a pair of five-star rated twins from Florida whose deals are reportedly worth 500,000 per year. And so, and they do have, one major benefit here. It states, Kevin Ollie, and we remember him at Connecticut when he won the championship there, former NBA player as well. He is the former, Connecticut head coach, and he's going to be the head coach here and also the director of player development. So you're going to be in good hands, someone who's done it both himself at the collegiate level in terms of, being a head coach, but also as an NBA player. He's been with a lot of great players throughout his career. I mean, even, Kevin Durant, when Kevin Durant was early in his years in the league. And so, yeah, he certainly is going to come with great experience there. All players with expected, overall earnings are guaranteed an annual salary of at least 100,000 plus full, receive full health coverage. According to the league, players are also provided insurance in case of an injury of up to 100,000 and college tuition if they leave professional basketball. That right there is very interesting because that means, there is some type of out in case you just like, what, this just isn't, working out. You can go out there and, play well, I'd say go to college and actually get a degree and try something else if this doesn't work out. So therefore that negates some of the risk right there. And in the classroom, players will be taught one-on-one or small group settings by individual instructors according to the league, which says it will supplement a traditional course offering with a focus on life skills, including financial literacy, media training, and advocacy and sports and business of basketball. So those are very important concepts to know, especially for young athletes. It's great for any athlete, but especially if you can learn that at a young age, so that way by the time they are ready to play, in a league like the NBA or something like that, you will have that knowledge of, how to handle your finances, things of that sort, how to handle the media. That's extremely important and continuing to grow in terms of importance. And so all of that is stuff that they need to be taught. And so they're going to have that opportunity here. So there you have it. Wish this kid, tremendous success. I'm excited for him. I'm sure his folks have got to be ecstatic. And so it's a great opportunity, but to whom much is given, much is expected. So we'll see how things work out, but certainly rooting for this kid to succeed and excited to see where his path goes from here. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And hey, I look forward to seeing you guys next time. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing. Best way to support the channel and keep it growing. But thank you guys so much and see you guys next time.